I think it's very fitting that we were led to this floor by somebody who has led a movement before and is passing what he has taken before on to people like Catherine and the rest of us. Good trouble, Mr. Lewis. Good trouble. Necessary trouble. I don't know why each and every one of you joined this movement, this action by House Democrats. Maybe it was someone in the grocery store who said to you after Sandy Hook, or after San Bernardino, or after Orlando, when is Congress just going to do something about this? I heard it from Republicans. I heard it from Democrats. I heard it from people who never engage in the political system. They don't care who gets the credit. They just believe that the most dangerous people shouldn't have access to the most dangerous weapon. I'm proud to be here with each and every one of you. It's been frustrating the last 3 years, being in the minority and feeling like not much gets done. But today, that changes. Because our constituents are fed up. The victims' families are fed up. The moments of silence have been followed by moments of inaction. And in between each mass shooting, there's single tragedies in all of our communities. It may only be Democrats on the floor today, but somebody will be murdered this evening in a Republican's district by a firearm they should not have had. The last homicide case I tried as a prosecutor, it was a young man in his 20s who had an AK-47 fired at him about 40 times. He was only hit once, and he was hit in the back of the thigh. And his mom asked me, she said, how could he die? He was only hit once. It's the back of the thigh. We always think if you get hit in the leg, you're going to survive. And she had to listen to the pathologist in the courtroom and the ballistics experts say that those bullets from an assault weapon, they fly a lot faster. There's more energy, and it leaves those in their wake with little chance. And she knew that we would never bring her son Jermaine back. But all she expects, and all any victim's family expects, is that we do the most that we can to make sure it doesn't happen again. No one here on the floor thinks we're going to reduce every instance of gun violence. But damn it, isn't that why we came here? To try? Isn't that why we came here? We may not take evil out of every heart, but we are the place in the world, democracy, where we can reduce the amount of weapons that are in evil hands. I was 20 years old when September 11th happened. I was working for Congresswoman Ellen Tauscher. I was an intern here. And many of you stood on the House steps after that tragedy. Republicans and Democrats. I watched as you stood together. A whole generation of millennials found their call to service and how our country came together. And I still believe that although there are only Democrats on the floor right now, there are a lot of seats in this chamber, and there's a lot of room on this floor for our Republican colleagues to join us once again. Because the American people don't care who gets the credit.
No.
So I'm calling on my Republican colleagues. Come on down, and let's start with the basic idea that if you're too dangerous to get on a plane, you're too dangerous to buy a gun. And then we can work from there. The victims of gun violence will not get a break next week in their grieving. The people who are ravaging our communities with guns they should not have will not take a break next week to carry out more murder and more wrath. So if they are not going to take a break, we should not take a break. So, Mr. Speaker, if there is no bill, there should be no break.